Hey everybody, welcome to the next beta episode of Oh Heck No, a Naked and Afraid podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Malu Beyonce, and with me I have
Deborah Vyas.
a little bit about the show. I'm a Naked and Afraid super fan, and Debbie is trying to fall in love with the show, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what we're doing is we're getting ready for the next season of Naked and Afraid Frozen. Super excited. It actually starts in like a week. So we're just kind of practicing a little bit. And what I've actually been doing is I've watched every single episode, Debbie, that all the contestants are on. And I've been actually doing some podcasts. I'm going to actually post those. But then I told Debbie she had to watch this one with Joe because it's absolutely the best. So tell me what you think.
First, I didn't know what to think. They were somewhere new. So, like, I've watched, I think, one with a couple and then one with a group. And so this was back to a couple. It was in a different place. So I'm like, oh no. So I was watching it brand new again. And this one caught my eye, kept me on suspense, what was going to happen. And at one point, I was like, I don't know. I don't know about this. But then something would happen. I'd be like, okay, I'm back in. I'm back in. But yeah, it was pretty interesting.
Well, it's really hard for me to have an open mind about this episode because I've seen it before. I'm going to try to have an open mind. Let's go ahead and talk about Joe. And Joe is going to be on Frozen. And they open up with a girl verbally abusing this poor guy. And we immediately know this show is going to be good. This girl is losing her ish, right, Debbie? I could not believe this opening.
It's going to be interesting.
I was ready to fight. I was like, if that girl did that to me, I would be so mad. Start the show and we meet Joe, and he is from Gilbertsville, Pennsylvania. And then we have Sam, and she's 29 and she's from Kentucky. And I think her voice is kind of weird. Her accent, is that a Kentucky accent or is her voice just a little weird?
It was a little weird. It didn't sound like Kentucky at all.
Joe is going to be on this season's of Naked and Afraid, very first and only appearance on the show. They are in, do you remember where they are, Debbie? They're in Grizzly Mountain, Montana. Montana. I've never been to Montana. This episode is to get to know Joe. So Joe comes on and he admits that he's not a professional, but passionate. And he tells a story about scouting with his father. Then he goes into about being adopted and he felt abandoned. And Debbie, my heart broke. Says he started to question his self-worth. I feel a connection with Joe because I don't like putting my business out there, but I have some abandonment issues and I understand what he feels like. Let me just talk to Joe real fast, Debbie, because I feel like we have a special connection. Joe, you are worth a lot. You don't need to be on this show to know your own self-worth. You are worthy just because of you and your heart. So with that being said, Debbie, what do you think about his little opening?
Yes. It was touching. I think they both makes you feel for both of them. You know what I mean? And I don't know if it's to get you to like favor them or favor one another, but they were both touching stories. I thought, they pull you in.
Oh, so you thought her story was touching? What was her story? That she was a Gold Star lesbian and her dad kicked her out for being gay.
Oh yeah, that's right. She was Gold Star. Well, I meant like the homeless. Yeah, how she was homeless, had survival skills. I'm like, okay, I have to see how that fits in.
Debbie, this shows you how much I do not like Sam because I was kicked out, remember, at a very young age.
That's right.
Not for being gay, but I was kicked out and I had to survive on my own.
Yep, that's true.
And I have no kind of warmth for Sam. I just don't like her. And it was all from the opening, but maybe, I don't think it's going to change, but I'm glad you thought her story was a little bit touching. I don't like putting labels on lesbians or the LGBT community. Number one, it makes me uncomfortable. And number two...
I thought so too. I did. I thought so.
But she calls herself a lesbian and she kept saying Gold Star. So we're going to call her a Gold Star lesbian.
Well, and do you know what that is? A Gold Star?
That means you've never slept with a man.
Oh! I must be too old. I don't know. I have no idea what that means.
Oh, you didn't know what that meant?
No.
And I was like, how have you never seen a man naked? I mean, we've all seen babies naked. She's seen a man naked. I don't think she's telling the truth. I think she's making it nothing into something, but whatever. It is what it is. We're into the opening, Debbie, and I think we should rate their bodies. I just want to give a little quick rating to Joe and Sam's bodies. Their booties, their bodies. On a scale of 1 to 5, I give both of them a 3. What about you? I mean, there was nothing spectacular about either one of their bodies, right?
No, not really. I'd say 3. I'll give them a 3.
And from their opening, we have to give them the YGD rating. Now, I've decided we're gonna do this in the opening. So everybody's new to this, nobody's listening, and nobody knows what YGD means. But YGD means
you gonna die. You gonna
that's
die.
right. You gonna die. That's our rating. So just from the beginning, who do you think is gonna die? Both of them? One of them?
I would have went with Sam.
You think she's gonna die?
Yeah, okay. At the beginning at first. Yeah.
Okay, well, I totally thought Joe was gonna tap because, he's sitting on the ground and letting some girl walk all over him, and I'm like, oh yeah, this guy ain't got nothing going for him. He's gonna tap. So we get into the show, and you're right. Sam does say that she was homeless at 16, and she lived in the woods, and she took care of herself, and she had to learn the hard way. We're not here to get to know Sam because she's not on Frozen. They have their little honeymoon period when they first meet.
Right.
Every single time. I think Sam brings a knife and Joe brings a fire starter, and they're given a pot. So what did you think about the very beginning? We were just talking about the honeymoon phase, and Sam actually makes a little crack about Joe, saying he's like a kid in the candy store and kids are easily distracted. I thought that was kind of rude from the very beginning.
I did. I thought it was rude. And it was that day 2?
No, it was when they were walking to their shelter on the first day. Yeah.
Yes, pretty presumptuous. Yes.
So they get to the river and they find water. Sam says that she's going to drink the water without boiling it. And this is a huge no-no. Then Joe, wanting to seek acceptance, drinks some of the water without boiling it too. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So they're both dummies.
Yeah, and she explained that she was used to it. I do think that some people's stomachs are, like if you're used to it, you have a better stomach than someone that's not used to it.
I'm going to tell you exactly what she says because I remember. She's like, I drank water from a third world country. I was like, whatever. I don't care if you drank water from a third world country. I remember it exactly. And it's not in my notes. I just remember that. So they start talking about cuddling. And Joe's like, there's nothing sexual about it. She's like, yeah, I'm going to spoon them all up and down because I'm not going to be cold. So what do you think about that? The cuddling. Do you like the cuddling? Not like the cuddling?
I didn't know how that was going to go. They were dead ass freezing. Like, I had to be, I don't know how they were not on top of each other, and just the awkwardness of it.
I think they were pretty cool about it, especially since she said she was a lesbian. There have been men on the show who refuse, and women who refuse to cuddle because they're married and they want to, they promised other people, they promised their spouses that they wouldn't cuddle. I was very happy to see that she was down to cuddle because I didn't think she was because she was so gold star. I mean, she's just on my nerves. You have to stick up for her. I mean, geez. So we're on to day 2. Joe is feeling dizzy and nauseous, and Sam's really nice. She brings him some water because he's throwing up. And I just want to point out to you, Joe, you have the worst throw up noises I have heard in a very long time. You win the trophy for the worst throw up noises. His throw up was horrible.
He was going to town.
So this is day 1. Remember, she was like, I'm gonna build the shelter. This is a get it done real fast because we're out of time shelter. Remember?
Yes.
It's day 2 and she comes up with the TP idea. But of course they're cold. I mean, it's cold in Montana. I don't know what they expected.
Yeah.
Do you remember that there was a bear that came to their tent? Sam's voice is so annoying when she was calling that bear. She's like, here bear, here bear. I would so kill a bear. I was like, you wouldn't kill a bear. Do you remember that, Debbie?
She came off as pretty brave, and then it made me think that, she does have it together, and Joe doesn't have it together. And then I would kind of see her just getting a little bit, I don't know, weaker is the right word. I could see him trying. A lot.
Okay, so in the very beginning, though, the first 2 days, you're saying that Joe's not stepping up and Sam's the leader.
It seemed like it. It did seem like it. Yeah, like she knew a little bit more and, a little cocky, but more survival skills or doing more. It did seem that way to me.
Well, day 3 comes and Sam wants to move the shelter again and Joe disagrees and it sounds like it's going to rain. And he's like, I don't want to move because it may rain and we got to hurry up. And to me, it made sense not to move the little teepee just to kind of build on top of it. What about you?
Right. I thought that too. I did. I thought that too. Made sense.
Sam is saying, I know how to build a shelter to keep warm. Well, if you know how to build a shelter, Gold Star, oh, that's her new name, Gold Star, then why didn't you build it the first day or the second day? We're now on day 3, and you're complaining because he wants to try it his way when he let you have it your way twice.
Right, and they're still freezing.
You're still freezing. If you know how to build a warm shelter, then why didn't you build it the first day? You knew it was cold the first night.
Right.
She's negative. I just think she has issues. But the rainstorm didn't happen. I guess you might say this is a touching point for you, Debbie, not for me, but Gold Star shares her story. I'm not going to call her Gold Star right now. Sam shared her story to Joe. Joe had a really deep reaction to it. He's like, I'm going to listen to her more often.
Yeah.
I just think he's like kissing her butt. I don't get it. Like, why would he listen to her more often? I think he's just looking for approval.
I did think, like, why isn't he standing up to her, talking back, or okay? I'm not sure what day it was. He was like, I'm not gonna argue, and I did. I felt like I wanted him to tell her, like, shut the F up, like, just shut the F up already.
Never loses it. He steps back and he follows her lead because his shelter was not warm either. I would like to point out that his debris shelter was a colder night. It was colder. So, of course, his shelter wasn't going to be as warm because it was colder. Then Gold Star says that she was going to catch hypothermia. I have to call her. I'm going to say so many words wrong, and I don't care, but I'm going to call you out, Gold Star. You said hyperthermia, and I thought it was hilarious. Did you catch that, Debbie?
Yeah. Hypothermia. She must have got it from the streets.
All right, well, let's talk about the porcupine. They're taking a break. She's tired. He's kind of tired. And they're sitting in the shade. And Joe spots a porcupine. It's like, hey, I see a porcupine. Sam's like, great. What about the shelter, Joe? What's the porcupine going to do for us right now? I think I sound just like her. Oh, my God. And she says, I don't understand. The porcupine is food. They need food. Yeah. So I don't understand why she got onto him like that.
She just became whiny and just complained. Even if he was trying, he was doing something. She was just complaining after a while about everything.
It was like a switch. She just like instantly changed to, I cannot stand him and he's horrible. And of course, Joe apologized for seeing a porcupine and thinking about food, but whatever.
Well, yeah. So for me, it went, she come off strong, attempted trying, not arguing, just doing what she said. And then she did like a 180. I thought she just did a 180 and just was complaining. She wasn't doing much either. I was thinking on her side, but complaining.
Yeah, she's not like she was producing a lot of great stuff either. On day 6, they give her the animal pelts. Were those bear pelts? I don't know what kind of animal that was.
Like what they used as Indians? Is that what they said on the reservation back then?
If you have a traditional animal pelt that the original Indians of the land used, that means you had those MFers the entire time. Why did they wait till day 6 to give them the pelt?
Yeah. I would have been making clothes. I would have been making a bunch of stuff to just walk around in. I wonder if they can't. I wonder if they're not allowed to either. I wonder that. Anyways,
they should have given them the pelts from the beginning. And they were freezing, and thanks. You should give me that day 1. Joe tries to kill a squirrel by throwing a stick, Debbie.
See, and that's where it turned for me again. Like, oh no. And she did have a point. Like, where did he get his survival skills from?
From the Boy Scouts. There was a guy. What is his name? Dan. Remember Dan threw a stick at the bird and he killed the bird?
Oh, yeah, he did.
So it does happen, but that bird is a lot bigger than that little chipmunk squirrel looking thing.
Right. Oh, funny.
That was so funny. Joe, I love you, but I don't think you could have hit that squirrel to save your life. But she's being a total witch. We're only on day 8. So Joe's starting to look bad, right? That's what you're saying. Joe's throwing sticks. The deadfall. Oh, I don't even remember the name of it. And Gold Star is going to kill me for saying it wrong. Remember, and I do not have it in my notes. But I think it was Samson Post. He knocked over her deadfall. She got really mad. He tried to use a bigger stick.
She flips out. Oh my gosh.
Flipped out.
Yeah. Like, oh, he's done for. She's just going to come at him with something.
How violent do you think a chipmunk's going to be, Joe? I think she said something like that. Oh, and he just apologizes and apologizes. And I feel really bad for Joe. I guess she does have a little bit of a point because he didn't know to cover his scent. Another person on other shows, they have a better teaching mood. I wouldn't know to cover my scent on a stick or a dead fall.
Yeah. I wouldn't know how either. How do you cover your scent?
I know they do that for deer. I mean, I know it maybe from watching the show. Before I became a Naked and Afraid fan, I don't know if I would have known to do that. She gets really mad that he doesn't know how to do that. And other people would have taught him. Why get mad? What's the point of getting mad that he doesn't know?
Yeah, I don't think everybody's gonna know what you're gonna know either. You shouldn't assume that they're gonna know. Like, they bring you together to survive together. Like, maybe one will know something that the other one won't.
She makes the berry cakes. What about the berry cakes? You saw her make them. You saw her get the little fruit and make them. My question was, why didn't you just eat them? Like, why did you make the cake? Does it make a difference?
I don't know. She put them together with something. I forget what she said. Was
Clover.
Hold them together.
Clover.
Oh, yeah. So I thought, oh, maybe it makes it sticky and they're going to like bake in the sun a little bit. I thought the same thing. Like, but just put them in your mouth. But I guess she wanted to like make a patty and it was going to cook in the sun. And I'm like, I would not know that. Would you know that? I would not know that.
I think I would have. Yeah, I would have known that you can dry out berries in the sun. I knew that.
Oh. Not me.
Yeah.
Making berry cakes.
Making berry cakes.
Berry cakes.
I can't remember right now. This is a little story of my own. But my mother, they didn't even have, plumbing. They had an outhouse when she was growing up. And they would take meat and put it on their tin roof and other fruits to dry them out. And she would tell me the stories about putting the sheets up on the tin roof and putting the meat up there. And so I did know about drying stuff out just because my mom was super old school. You never dehydrated anything from the outside, Debbie?
No, but I did go to a party one time in high school and I opened a closet and there was a string hanging from one side of another with meat hanging across the string. And I said, what the heck is going? Oh, heck no!
You thought it was the weirdest thing ever.
And they said they were making beef jerky, and I totally thought they were messing with me, but it was a real thing. They were making beef jerky in the cold closet.
Hang on, did you say you were in high school or college?
I was in high school.
And a high schooler was making beef jerky in their closet?
Well, the parents hung up their beef jerky in the coat closet in the hallway when you walk in.
Oh my gosh.
I could not believe it. So,
yeah. All right, well, let's get back to Gold Star's major breakdown, which they teased in the beginning. Let's break this down. Joe's doing an interview and he gets dizzy and has to stop the interview. And he sits down and he's dizzy. He hasn't had anything to eat except a little bit of that berry cake. So they're tired. He's malnutrition. Sam is saying that he hasn't had enough water to drink.
Does he? I couldn't remember. I'm like, she constantly telling him?
Well, everything's editing. But yeah, they do show her saying it 2 times. But on every show, people are always reminding the other person, make sure you hydrate, make sure you hydrate. So it's not weird to tell somebody to hydrate. So I'm going to quote her. I'm going to try to do her voice, Debbie, okay? You ready? I'm going to stop bringing you water and I will let you die. Can you please get out of the sun? And then she throws the water and she's like, I'm going to put the fire out too. I was just like, this girl has lost it. She has lost her mind. And let me just point out that the casting directors for this show who paired these 2 people together are geniuses, because I cannot think of another man that would have put up with her mess.
My thoughts exactly. And he tried to come into the hut? I don't know.
The shelter, yeah.
She says, when you gonna tap out, Joe? Oh, heck no! Say something to her. And he didn't. He just kept being nice. I couldn't believe it.
I cannot believe they found somebody that was so subservient and someone who was so just that crazy to put them together. And they supposedly go through some kind of psychological testing. So let me tell you, these people who put them together probably got a bonus because it was the perfect pairing.
A calm with a crazy. It reminds me of us.
Yeah, the calm who's crazy. It just matters the day. I'm calm one day and then crazy the next.
Yeah, happens. So then what happens after that? Oh, yeah.
She tries to kick him out.
Oh, yes. Yeah, she tries to kick him out.
I don't know what's wrong with her. Okay, so Debbie, you were kind of a fan of hers. You were kind of a fan of Sam's. So tell me what you think is going on with her mentally.
Oh, definitely something. Like she can't. I don't know if she didn't handle the stress well. She just became not. I never doubted her skills. It was everything else. Like maybe she could do it. Maybe she could survive on her own. Maybe she is better at him, but she failed at everything else. I think she failed at the communication part, but it was going at that point. It was still going back and forth for me. You know.
You make a good point. She was good at. She said she was good at other things, but she never caught any food. None of her traps worked, Debbie. She never caught any. Right. The only thing she had was the little berry cakes. 3 of her shelters didn't work. She really didn't do anything more than Joe that I know of.
Seemed like she had it together. I guess she really didn't. Neither one of them did.
Neither one of them had a clue, Debbie. You're so right. Oh my God. So let me just point something out about Sam. When he told her, I had a dilemma on whether to offer you some of the raspberries. First off, I don't know why he told her that. And then number 2, she's like, I'm with the devil. I'm literally with the devil. You literally told him you were going to let him die. And when he needed water, you took the water out of his hands, literally out of his mouth almost. And he's the devil? It's not like he didn't offer you the berries. He still offered her the berries. She didn't even take them, but he's the devil.
Yeah, the theme of the episode, I totally thought they were talking about her. And she's the one that said it to him.
I just snorted. I hope the microphone got me snorting. I don't think it did, but I totally snorted right now. You are so funny. So you thought when they said the devil in the woods, you thought they were talking about Sam.
I totally thought they were talking about her. I couldn't believe it when she said it. I'm like, holy cow. No, she didn't.
That is hilarious. We're getting new microphones next week. The podcast will be better. Because I just snorted and I just pray that the microphone picked it up because that was hilarious, Debbie. I never even thought about that. Debbie thinks that Sam's the devil. We're not going to have to recap the whole show. We know what happens. Sam tapped because she lost her mind. Joe stays in there and he makes it to the end. Go, Joe.
He does. He makes it to the end. And I probably laughed the hardest with him and loved it because he gave it his all. I mean, his hut. His shelter, it's lit on fire.
But he saved it, Debbie. He saved it. It did not burn.
Right, he saved it. That was the funniest part of the show. And he redeemed himself. He did. I was very impressed. Oh, Joe, I was.
I'm so glad that Sam tapped and that he got his self-worth and that he's going to be on Frozen. Hopefully, he will be a bad A on Frozen. I hope he's not sniffy and cry. He should be more of a man now because he put up with Sam, so he could probably do anything now.
Yeah, he could do it. He can do it.
You can do it, Joe. We're believing in you. I can't wait to see you on this season. We're going to be rooting for you. You are one of my favorites. Is he one of your favorites?
I would say so. I think he'd be a good partner, or I don't know how Frozen's going to work, but yeah, I think so.
I think he's going to be good. I hope he, mans up a lot though, because at the very end, he says, I wish Sam was here. I'm like, Joe, stop.
He said that. Yeah, he said that in desperation.
Well, he said it for the cameras because when he was on the truck, he said, this is big of a Sam win in mine. I'm like, no, it's not. You did this all by yourself and quit bringing her up. And I can't stand Gold Star. Oh, okay, I'm done. I have to go relax because Joe has got me upset, apologizing to Gold Star over and over.
See you, Gold Star.
I really like that nickname for her. I think she's going to come after me.